hasn't been added on by court rulings over the years, but the original argument was to maintain the militia because the states didn't trust a strong federal government.
And we are streaming right now. It's the opening sequence from a couple days ago, so you got.
Well, I like that one. Let me go back and see. We stopped watching. Yeah, I just got a notification.
Well, good. Something finally gonna work out.
I heard the thing ding on my phone, so I'm assuming Ken Stout is live 13 seconds ago. ABCD something.
Yeah, come learn with me. I didn't change it. So
that's fine.
Gonna give a quick shout out before I forget. I got an email today, and I'll give credit to the author in a moment, but it says, "You're always telling your wife to make coffee, but it's in the Bible that men makes coffee. It's in Hebrews." Thank you, Chris. That's a good joke. I like that.
I like it.
Hey, yeah,
I like the Betty Boop intro here, though. That's cool.
Yeah, Chris.
I text one of my cousins about that, and you wouldn't believe what he was doing. He was searching.
He was searching Hebrew.
He was looking at the Bible and said, "Well, where's that? Where's that?"
That's funny. That is funny. Now, why did my lower thirds not come on? That's interesting. I mean, I can live with it not coming on.
I'm waiting for you to put something in the upper third, damn it.
Well, technically, the lower thirds is in the upper thirds. There, it popped in. Ken Stout Live. It's not proportional to everything. Yeah, somebody commented on this. He says, a lot of movement. I really like it. Good job.
Actually, I do like your opening. I think it really is great. Personally.
Thank you.
I like the Betty Boop thing in the middle, and the other stuff going on, it's noticeable, but it doesn't overwhelm the dancing.
Right. And then it kicks over there. And
you did take a risk on breaking a few cameras by putting up all those rotating photos of the peanut gallery.
No, there was no risk involved in that. That was all. And there's Greg.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah, I was telling the other guys, so I'm a free man tonight, so to speak. My wife's gone to bed, the grandchildren are at their dad's, and nobody else is here.
You run the daughter off, or did she just leave?
She and a friend are out doing something. She had helped somebody move a car to near where she was staying, where she was quarantining.
Right.
Guy had left it near someplace near one of the hospitals, and he was afraid something was going to happen, so she had it towed next to the apartment complex where she was staying, and somebody called the cops, and then they came and towed the damn thing to a salvage yard.
Yeah.
Just claimed it was sitting on the street, but they claimed it was abandoned, which it wasn't. And so now it costs money to get it out. Doesn't matter that the cops were wrong in saying it was abandoned. Doesn't matter.
Can't the city jump in and take care of that, though, if they wanted to?
They don't want to.
Well, of course they don't, but...
No, I find it kind of irritating, because when something like that happens, she usually ends up borrowing money from Dad.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Trying to take stuff. I mean, it's not going to break me, but it's irritating.
Yeah, so we will not have Alex tonight. He texted right before I left to go pick up Lorna. Or he didn't text, he came on Zoom and said he would not be attending tonight because I guess his grandfather's getting surgery in the morning, and while he's not going, he'll be up, and he just didn't think he would be able to hang. You'll notice in right directly over my left shoulder, which is not this one, my left shoulder, which is this one, I got the box action going. I'm emulating Jeff Ryman now.
Yep.
Now, there's a story behind that.
Pumpkins?
Those are pumpkins, yes. Those are yeah. Yes and no. I was looking for something to help out Chris today that I know is in this house somewhere. So the closet behind me only has clothes in it now, nothing else. Because I was going through all the boxes trying to find this, and I thought, well, I might as well start packing while I'm doing this. Then there you go. So, hey, Tony Wallow, good evening. Good to see you. He says audio video is good.
Have you hired movers?
We're still discussing that. I'm still 90-10 leaning toward doing it. It's not really that much more extra money to not hire a moving company. My brother called me today. He goes, "Oh, I already got 2 people lined up over here. It's going to cost you a little extra." And I'm like, "Okay, how much extra?" He goes, $200 a piece. I'm like, "No, that's not happening." 100 to 150, that's reasonable. That's for an hour, hour and a half's worth of work. That's damn good money. You know, it's hard work. Granted, it's physical labor, but that's good money. I'm not going to pay 2 people off the street $200 a piece to unload a truck for me. Not when I can hire a moving company that's going to do it for about $1,500. It just makes no
I was
sense.
going to say that. Of course, now when we moved here, we had a lot of crap. We threw away a lot of crap in South Carolina. But to move from Macon, South Carolina to here, all the crap we had was not quite an order of magnitude more than that, but close.
Yeah. Obviously, Lorna's company's not going to move her because she's leaving that company. I was moved by a company I worked for before. They were good. They weren't near as good as the military. The military, when they pack you out, they pack you out. So
if you hire somebody, then the only thing you got to worry about, if you have stuff you pack yourself, they write on the box, PBO, packed by owner, and they're responsible for any damage.
Right. Yeah. No. The only reason we need movers is the TVs. Well, not the TVs. The couches and the beds. Everything else I can move. It would just take a while to do it, but there's no sense in me doing it. It's just kind of silly. Hopefully tomorrow night we have good news about inspection. Guy came, went, they discussed it. They didn't ask for anything, or what they did, we decided we may or may not do, and this is still moving forward because the March 3rd is exactly 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Wait, have you had your inspection? Or?
No, it's tomorrow.
That's what I thought.
Hopefully it goes well. And then we're kind of planning on going to Indiana on Saturday, even though she's scheduled to work, but she'll call in, and we've got to find someplace to live, be it an apartment, which I don't want to do, or preferably a house. And I don't really want to rent a house because you're still doing the same thing. You're ending up moving twice, which is, I don't want to do that.
If you only need another week or so, you might be ahead just to put the stuff in storage for a short time.
Yeah, we've considered
some of it. Keep only the bare minimum.
Yep, that we've considered that, and obviously we'll know more tomorrow than we do right now because everything's hinged upon this inspection.
Well, I mean, if they find something and they ask you to fix it, then you got to decide whether you got to do it or not.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. I mean, if it's something I can't, there's structurally nothing wrong with this house. The roof is good. There's nothing that I can think that needs repaired. I cleaned all the drains out today. Everything drains the way it's supposed to. So, and I got Lorna convinced not to do anything. No showering, no lotions, nothing in the sinks until tomorrow night, and then do what you want. I don't care. We just got to get through this point, because once we get through this, the only thing that could be the stumbling block is, for whatever reason, her lending company decides not to fully fund the loan. That would be the only other stumbling block.
Well, I mean, then you obviously, their lender's going to have an appraisal of the house.
Right.
And that's got to match their...
It's got to...
They think you're trying to sell it for and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Unless the buyer is willing to pay the difference or whatever.
Right. That's one of the things they tried to talk us into on that house that we liked that had the theater in it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. If they accept an offer of $210, it gets appraised for $190, you're going to come up with $20 grand in a contract guaranteed to that people. And that's just not worth it, And they were talking about 20 grand down, and it got ridiculous. So that house was not meant to be our house. Just that plain and simple. So I posted a link in the channel. That's to a guy by the name of David N. He's just getting started. He plays the guitar and the ukulele, and he basically does the same thing we do, that he just gets together and talks to people for about an hour. He's a Southern boy. He's a veteran. He can get on a rant every now and then. He can get a little frustrated with the way things are going on YouTube, and I try to tell him that let it go in one ear and out the other.
No. You can't let him in. He's got to drop the ukulele. Guitar's cool.
Who left? Oh, Jeff left. Yeah.
I had a pretty productive day.
What time did you get up?
11:30.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Walmart?
No.
Target?
No.
Costco?
No. Don't have Costco.
Hands on fire.
No. I got to the credit union.
Oh.
Got my IRA closed out, transferred to my savings. What else did I do? Did 3 things. No, I can't remember the other one. I changed the door handle on my closet door. Put a new one on. And there was something else I did. Oh, filed my taxes.
All right. Was a productive day.
I got 2 more 401ks that I gotta figure out what I gotta do with for that required minimum deposit distribution.
Well, Chris Garrett and I and Darren
Yeah,
and Alex played with Chris's OBS and YouTube today.
The echo.
The echo. I think we got rid of the echo. I do believe we got rid of that echo.
And I see if you done those settings, I have back the system up with a Chrome. So in case if I do have a crash or whatever, I can restore it
Cool.
and redo everything.
Well, hopefully the echo's gone because that echo was, whoo.
Yeah.
That was, we may have let that echo go a little too long in the beginning. I think we made our point on the echo. And then
What I plan to do tomorrow, probably, if I get that used computer I order, it says it's coming tomorrow, but we'll see. If I get it, I will do a live stream of a box in it,
right.
and then I might make that like part 1. That way I'll have a full camera. Cause I don't know how to do all that. I just rather do 2 parts. Then I'll do a part, boot it up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll hook it to the capture card and boot it up.
So what happened, Jeff? It just blinked out on you?
Yeah, just dropped it, and then it was just sitting there spinning in the trying to hook up thing.
Huh.
So I closed that completely, went back and started over from the Zoom link, and it just didn't want to load the link for a while.
Your internet connection was a little flaky.
Don't know, it was showing up down in the system tray still. I don't know. It could have been.
Hey, yeah.
I haven't switched over to my new internet provider yet.
Yeah, that was a question that was brought up earlier today, as if you had done that yet or not.
No, now that everybody's gone, I'll try to do that tomorrow or early probably. So I won't be interrupting the kids watching
Oh, sure. Yeah.
streaming or whatever.
Yeah. Hi, Rick.
When their mom's here, they sit in her room and watch streaming stuff. They've got access to a Netflix subscription and some YouTubes for kids and some stuff like that.
Yeah, it's best to do it that way. That way you don't upset anybody.
Yeah.
As I mean, last night when it blinked out and I went in there and her stuff is still streaming, I'm like, how can this be? And then it dawned on me, once that show ends, it's not going to go any further. And sure enough, as soon as that show ended, here comes a little circle.
Now, does the Roku have some storage capacity? I didn't know they did.
It has, I think it's got, I want to say 4 gigabyte, I think.
Okay, I
For
mean,
some reason that's stuck in my
the
head.
only Roku we have around is one of the really old models. And I'm not sure it has anything. But
I actually watched
I don't know.
10 minutes of television and I watched the weather. First TV I've watched in a long while. And then I proceeded to go out in the garage and pick up a little bit of trash that needed to be gone tonight and went to pick up Lorna, who swore up and down I'd be out at 10:30. 10:42, she comes walking out the door. What are you going to do?
Well,
And then we're pulling out of the daggone parking lot. Oh, stop, stop, stop. And I'm like, what? She goes, there's 4 deer across the street. I want to get their picture. You got to be kidding me.
Says the Roku Fire Stick has 8 gigs of internal storage.
Oh, wow. Wonder where I got 4 from.
I don't know yet. I don't think the one we have here that's on my grandson's TV has, if it has any storage, it's very limited. It's probably from about 2015 or 2016.
It just seems like
I
that.
don't know what models they had then, how much storage they had.
Yeah, did you see on Facebook today where one of my memories popped up when we were working on the yard there in the house in Vegas?
No,
I shared it. I reshared it. And I said one of the nice things about Vegas is you can do outdoor yard work in February. And my realtor out there said, "Come back." So, and then
well, and mentioning that, I need to rake some crap out of my front yard. The grass isn't growing, but the big tree in the front yard has been dropping sticks.
right.
And I need to go out and just rake it up and put it in the trash bin. Every other Friday, they send around the extra trash truck that handles stuff that won't go in the bins. So I need to get some stuff bagged up by then.
I'm checking my lower third out to see how long it's going to stay up. It just popped up.
Now this is a family channel.
No, it's fine. Hopefully, knock on wood, we've been really lucky lately about not being bombed with people in chat and Zoom both. Of course, I didn't pin the link like I said I was going to. Maybe I should, but I'm just curious. I may have to resize that because I was playing around, showing somebody something. I don't remember what it was now.
You cover up part of the bottom row a tiny bit.
Yeah, Rick's a little bit covered with it. That's the first thing I noticed when it scrolled in. I did make one slight change to OBS. It's strictly in for me. Nobody else is ever going to see it, but everything pops out now, and I don't have to go hunting and looking for things. But I still can't resize my screen, and that's really frustrating me. Alex found a temporary workaround, which is nice, but it's just a temporary workaround. I want it to go back the way it used to be. Eventually, I'll hit the wrong button again, and it'll go back. Well, that's staying up there an awfully long time. I'm going to have to go check out the timing on that. And let's see if I can do this while we're streaming. OBS. Let's drop that down to about right there for now. See how that looks. Seriously? I moved it and it hadn't moved yet. There's that bad of a delay. I was going nuts today with Chris. He had an 8.3 second delay. That was driving me up a wall. Okay, there it went away. We'll see what happens. It should come back in 5 minutes. So 11:18 should pop back up at 23. We'll see. And I'll resize it again. I'm going to lower it a little bit more. So it's kind of interesting. I woke up this morning. I was going to do a recording and do one upload. And then Chris and I got together and we did 2 streams from my channel and at least 6 or 7 from his channel. But we learned you can actually do a stream via TeamViewer. I didn't know if you could do that or not, but we can.
But I thought you had a limit on how many streams you could do a day.
No, I don't think you're limited on streams. I think you're limited on the notification of streams is the way I understand it. I think you're only going to get 3 notifications. So I specifically didn't do any more streaming today so that notifications would go out for this specific stream. And I need to run a test one day, and I need to do 5 uploads and 2 live streams and see what notifications where it stops.
And sometimes I get a notification saying that you uploaded 5 videos.
Right, right. And
that's just one notification.
And I've seen that. I'm not sure what that is either. Somebody will go live and it'll say such and such uploaded 2 videos 10 minutes ago, and they're actually only doing a live video. I don't know. There's something going on with YouTube. They changed the setting in YouTube Studio, which is really, Alex pointed it out. But your name used to be highlighted in orange in the studio. Now it's grayed out. It's just the dumbest thing. Why they would do that, I don't know. He said he researched it and has something to do with re-verification of your channel, but I've never been notified to re-verify anything, and it still works. So I don't know. I do not know.
I think it's something you have to do every once in a while, because I know I get those notices, the account needs to be re-verified, but I just did this a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I'll do it again.
that's
This time, you must have gone through.
about all you can do anymore. You know, it's just like you get it figured out, you get comfortable with it, and they got to change it. I don't know.
Because it keeps having policy changes.
I guess. I
They're
mean,
always changing. They said that about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, that they're gonna go through it, keep going through a constant change there. They keep up with problems that way.
Yeah, Blackwatch and I were talking earlier about these people that have 1 and 2 subscribers and no videos, which we get to. In order to chat, you have to have a channel. We get that. Kind of stupid, but that's just one of those changes YouTube made. So now, let's just say my son Josh makes a channel so he can make a comment on the stream. He gets 1 subscriber, no videos. I really feel that after a certain amount of period of time, YouTube's going to go in there and do a purge and say, oh, here's a gentleman or here's a person that has 1 subscribers, no post. They're not contributing to the YouTube community per se, and they're going to automatically delete them. I see that coming. And I have nothing to back that up other than just theory. I have no evidence whatsoever. I haven't heard it anywhere. We were talking about it earlier tonight. I forgot to see how many subscribers I was down to.
They looked earlier, it said 111.
I lost 1 then. Which that's no big deal. It'll build back up. Alex hit the nail right on the head. Somehow we were talking about building up subscribers, and he hit the nail right on the head. He says, just do something on Windows 11. And he's right. If I were to do a Windows 11 stream, I'd get a lot of views as nothing else, and I may pick up 4 or 5 subscribers. You never know.
Do it on the laptop that you're gonna get.
Yeah, I could do that. Put Windows 11 on there.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
That way you're not messing with your one that you're zooming
Yeah,
on.
I'm not touching the streaming computer.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. My money's on a disconnected ribbon cable.
There, it popped right up at 23, and it is low enough now. Good. So cool. That's good. That lower third is working. Now I got to work on an upper third. So don't be surprised if tomorrow night, if Jeff Ryman's in the upper left-hand corner or upper right-hand corner of the Zoom, if there's an upper right-hand corner third that pops up and says, this is where Jeff Ryman used to reside.
I'm just curious where the name came from. They obviously can call it whatever that they want. But
I kind of
has
got
to have something to do with one of their original layouts when the program was new.
Yeah. I watched a video, oddly enough, this morning too, through all this. There's a setting in OBS where you can bring up everything you've got in your scenes and your sources on one little box about this big, and it's all divided. And I thought, well, how confusing would that be? It's bad enough that it's listed text with text. You bring this box up, and I'm going to demonstrate one of these days. It just gets confusing to me.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, some of it you probably cannot understand unless you start playing with it.
True.
You know, I hear you talk about stuff, and I just kind of sit there and say, well, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
Because I'm clueless about what some of it means.
Right, and it's something you probably will never ever use OBS.
Right, and
so I get
it's
that.
unlikely, so
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. I'm not going to bust my butt trying to understand something I'm not going to use.
Yeah, and it's just it's interesting how powerful OBS can be, limited only by what you can imagine to do. I didn't know you could link things, group and link things, and move them all at once. Now, my first thoughts on that were, why would you want to do that? And then as he demonstrated, I thought, well, that's a damn good idea. I like that. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. So it works. I got it working the way I like it. I'm happy. I do kind of now and then like to see the new things that do come out, the effects. But then again, like I said, I believe it was last night or night before, I don't want to emulate 100% Carrie or Doug or Alex or anyone else. I kind of want this to be my thing. The opening scene is probably going to be about the closest to emulating anyone I want, and I didn't totally emulate anyone there, but I kind of threw everybody together. So now I'm working on a closing scene, but I'm going to take it one step further. The closing scene, I want to, when it's done, it will disconnect the stream for me. That would be kind of cool to see if I can get that to actually work.
Does OBS allow scripts of commands?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would assume it does.
Yeah. So right now, when the opening scene ends, it automatically jumps over to the what I call my scene 2 or my blurring screen, because I just picked it out as a test. What I need to do is change that to go to this screen or this scene, so that when that opens up, we all pop up on Zoom. That's what I need to do. I need to make that change. Not a problem, Dave. Enjoyed it. I wished I could have stayed longer. I also gave you a shout out, and I put your link in the YouTube chat. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in there again, and I will pin that to the top. So in case everybody wants to go check you out, they can. If you want the Zoom credits, let me know, and I'll give them to you, and you can join us on Zoom. So
now that one link you had in there, when I click on that, it goes to Ken Stout Live channel.
really, I got myself plugged on my channel. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's see.
Yes, it does, Ken. It goes to your channel.
Hell,
It
look
does
at
go to
that. Okay, hang on, Dave. Disregard that. Hold on. I must have done something wrong. Damn, I'm plugging myself.
Yeah,
Thinking.
good.
Oh, all right, no problem. I'll see you tomorrow. Now I'm still gonna figure out how to get your channel in there. And okay, so this is.
No, but wait, Dave, wait, you got on wish list.
Oh, speaking of that, I got to share something with you guys in a minute, but let me do this. Let's go to YouTube. Behind the scenes over here where nobody can see what's going on. And I want to go to David in. And I want to go to. All right, let's try this one. See how this works.
Cheech and Chong, Dave's not here.
Dave's not here, man. Hey, man, don't answer the phone. I think the phone is bugged. Dave's not here. Okay, somebody click on that for me and tell me where that goes.
Yep, David in.
Okay, cool. So now I'll pin it. Replace pin. Oh, cool. You can remove it and then replace it. Good. And I'll put the Zoom link up in a little bit. So speaking of what Blackwatch just said, I got an email today from Amazon that says, Ken, you are eligible for business only pricing.
Yeah, I got that 2 or 3 times.
What exactly does it mean? Is I get a discount and then pay taxes later on the stuff, or what?
No.
was
I
kind of
don't
hoping
know.
Gary would be here. I was going to ask him because he seems to know quite a bit about Amazon.
That's it, you got a business.
Which, night, Dave. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow night, more than likely. Yeah, I don't plan on having an Amazon business. I don't necessarily. I mean, I understand Carrie's philosophy. You're shopping in Amazon, you might as well use Carrie's link and throw him a little love through Amazon. I get that. I shop on Amazon, but I don't shop that much that it's going to be worthwhile for me to do that.
Doug denied that business thing because he said about the taxes. He'd rather just pay the taxes on, appliance machine or something. Pay it up, bro.
That would be kind of not good. Yep, there it is again. Good. That lower thirds works out really good. Got it placed right. I gotta change it from black and white to something, maybe hot pink and green. I don't know, neon green, hot pink.
All those screens you've been showing us, is that OBS screens?
Yeah.
It's not your other software that you make.
No, that's all in. That's all in OBS. It's everything I've created. Let me see. I don't think
so. Even those rotating windows with the pictures and all that is an OBS thing.
No. Yeah. Yes. No. Kind of. Sort of. It is an OBS.
No.
I got the. Hang on. I'm showing the wrong stuff. I got to move this one back over here. That's OBS, right? Yeah. Yes, it is OBS, but those were created in DaVinci Resolve and brought into OBS.
Okay, well, that's cool.
So, I was going to try to show the YouTube world that, but I can't do that because I'm not smart enough right now. Let me go back to that. But yeah, it's all OBS. You're seeing your source, and then you adjust it from there. And that basically all you need. Once
so
you figure
OBS
out,
basically you create stuff by manipulating things in the dashboard, whatever you want to call
correct. You go find your picture, and then you put it where you want. Then you go find your music and put it where you want, and your animation and put it where you want.
So, and it lets you specify the times when something comes in or leaves or whatever.
On lower thirds, you can, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now, actually, you give me, and I appreciate this. You give me something to think about. If I can have a little banner pop up every 5 minutes, why can't I have a picture pop up every 5 minutes? I should be able to. Would it make a difference if it's text or an image or not? I don't know. And I like this. This is what I like about our communities. You guys give me things to think about. Greg said,
So
I want
banner
dancing
text.
The banner, yeah, the thing that pops up right underneath Rick, which will come back here, and unless I force it, it'll come back at 8:37. But you know what? I have no patience, so I'm going to go force it to come back up. And
the little logo of yours.
Right. So now it should pop back
That's
up.
not all text, is it?
That's all text. That right there that just popped up on the stream, that is all text.
Well, except the outline, right?
Right. That's
well, okay, but that's simply a text box boundary. Or
right.
Something.
So in theory, I should be able to do the same thing with an image. I mean, the shout out to Greg now that he's off the phone. He was calling the 3 dancing girls, by the way. He said, I'd like to have 3 dancing girls. I went and found it. Worked out perfect. His suggestion, he gets all the credit for that. One of the things
I'm trying to reset my PayPal email address. I'm having problems.
kstout2016@gmail.com.
There's a way to do it. I reset mine when I changed my email address a year or so ago.
Yeah, I'm slowly going to phase out PayPal. I can't remember well, I actually do use it monthly because I set up her Filipino television stuff on PayPal. Just easiest way to do it. So I guess I better not cancel that. Although it could be a good thing. Why is my TV not working?
Yeah.
I really want to get your guys' ideas on where you would like to see the channel go over the next 6 months or so. As far as...
First, got to go to Indiana.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
at the risk of being obvious.
Yeah.
Couldn't resist.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I don't know. It just seems to be doing okay. Whoever's been kind of been wandering around and
Yeah,
seems all right so far.
I like where we go. I like the fact that we don't really come out with tonight's topic will be and go down that road or whatever. I like the fact we willy-nilly it, so to speak. I better hide those boxes. That's starting to bother me. Let's go with, what shall we go with?
That pumpkin is kind of weird in the background.
There's two of those. We got those for the granddaughters. We just haven't quite made it out there over there in October yet. We actually put them on our front porch and tried to put
I don't know why your channel's not growing faster.
Why is that?
Some people don't like clowns.
Is that
And Greg is really hurting it.
I know quite a few people that now you just mention the word and they're down the hallway.
Yep. About like with me, and if I hear the voice, get out.
There's got to be a way to inject that remotely from my computer into your stream.
Oh, sorry about that. I just realized that was me making an example. That wasn't a true voice. Lauren's watching Coming to America Part 2. I guess that's on Roku. She doesn't know how to run the NVIDIA Shield yet. Just not all that difficult. So I kind of like that clown. I thought that was appropriate for the name Bozo. I am going to get a green screen, and I do plan on buying a new camera. I'm probably going to go with the C920 Logitech, unless there's a newer one out. Why is that
That's a
backwards?
good choice.
I'm not sure which model is current on that line right now. Mine isn't too old. It's a C920X, I think.
I got a C920. That's good too.
Are you talking regular cameras or a webcam?
Webcam.
Webcam.
Yeah, we've only got seen 920s, I think.
But mine's a popular one too. I can feel.
Yeah, there's some variations in that model. I don't remember all the distinctions.
And then I'm going to have to probably buy like the stand like Doug has where I can place it. Ideally, this thing needs to be, and I know this is going to be absolutely Greek to you guys, but it needs to go right there between the two monitors, because if the camera is right there when I'm looking right here, then you guys will see me and it will look like I'm looking at you, but I'm actually looking at the monitors.
If I can find the order, I'll send you the link to the Amazon thing I bought to hold my camera. It's one of those flexible stick things.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm sure it's not the one that Doug has. The only thing I don't like about it, the clamp is pretty strong, which is all okay, but
yeah,
I had a hard time opening it wide enough to clamp on the other side of the desk here.
I'm leaning toward a Blue Yeti. I'm actually thinking about getting a little bit different computer chair. This one's all right, but it just gets uncomfortable.
I see a lot of computer chairs I would like, and then I look at the price and say, oh,
Yeah.
The thing I'm sitting in now is an old piece of junk that the previous owner of this house left for me. And sometimes it'll lock and the back won't go back anymore.
Yeah, that's just that. So the one thing you will never see me sitting on is any kind of huge ball. That is never going to happen.
Doug does that.
And I still cannot figure out why he does that. Is that for posture? Is that for balance?
For sitting on what, a ball?
Yeah, when he sits on that red ball he's
It
got.
closes your back and be straight up and down. It doesn't have a curve to it. Like I'm sitting right now, the lower part of my back has a curve to it. You're sitting on a ball, your spine is perfectly aligned with your neck.
Really?
That's
that's how the chiropractors want you to sit. But you can't sit that way normally in a chair, but when you sit in a ball, it forces you to, because it realigns your spine straight up with your neck.
Oh man, I have visions of how long would it take to adjust to that? Oh, hold on a minute. Oh.
Well, some people, they have problems with their sciatic nerve, but
Yeah, that's
there's
not.
a few people in my building that they sit on the ball and their back problems aren't nearly as bad if they go back to that desk chair.
That would have
Which
probably
a lot
been.
of them here won't do.
That would probably been one of the last things I'd have ever thought of as a reason for that. Seriously.
I never heard that before. That I believe you.
Well, plenty of chiropractors and doctors have told me that, so.
Yeah. I do not doubt you.
That's what they told me, because Leo Laporte on Windows Weekly or some of his shows, he sits on a ball, and somebody asked him, why do you sit on a ball and not in a chair? He realigns his back.
So let's speculate a minute. What's Doug's?
Too far, going flat on my back.
Is Doug's
We tried
stream?
doing that years ago. First couple of years after we moved here to Vegas originally, which was early 2000s. Something got out of whack in my back, and I ended up sleeping on the floor. My wife's in the bed right here, and I'm down on the floor because my back would bother me when I got on the damn mattress. And eventually it went away, and I haven't had any more issues, but we just wish I had known something like that back then.
So let's speculate. Is Doug's Saturday stream going to be painting with Doug? Doug paints his Studio A. There's Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, Doug.
That's what I'd have done. Why worry about saying Greg, Rick, Chris, Blackwatch, Darren, and Jeff, and use Shirley, your host? Just say, hello, guys. So much easier.
I gotta get a picture of our former dog. Everybody seems to be doing dog pictures here. I gotta figure out how to put that into Zoom.
So Gary, now that you're here, explain to me this. I got an email today from Amazon. It says you're eligible for business-only pricing. Don't overpay when shopping for the essentials your business needs. I don't have a business. What is this treachery they're trying to get me to sign up
You
for?
probably need a tax certificate to be eligible.
They will probably, when they did that, we'd ask for my tax ID number.
Oh,
You have a tax ID number.
I do?
Every human being does.
It's called a 9-digit number that gets recorded.
Oh, yeah, my phone number. I remember now.
Yeah. Or you can use the other number that they ask you about.
Oh, I change that every year. They get so confused. Probably why I'm not well liked by the IRS.
Right, I log in stuff on my tax papers they send me.
Imagine the hell that would create if you were to be able to do that.
Well, actually, one of the main reasons they created tax are called a tax ID outside of large companies. You can take it for your doctor. Because the doctors used to use their social security number back about 40 years ago.
Most of them we go to still ask for that, even though the Medicare number, which used to be a variation on your Social Security number, is no longer used. They got new ones because of identity theft issues.
So if anybody
Everybody
drinks,
still wants your Social Security number.
if anybody drinks sparkling ice, I do not recommend cherry limeade. Horrible.
I drink blackberry raspberry, black raspberry.
That's not bad actually, and the
We
lemonade's not bad. But this stuff right here, whew, I may have
For
to.
some holiday a while back, I bought a 3-pack of some sparkling grape and apple juice stuff. My grandson likes it, so when he was here, when he came last Saturday, he asked if we could drink some of that. So we get it out. Made the mistake of opening it without refrigerating it first. And it was okay for about 2 seconds, and then whoosh, out on the island over everything that was around it.
Yeah, I don't drink
I
anything
hadn't opened
grape.
some in a while. And it's not like the champagne bottle. It doesn't have the wire and a real cork and all that. It's just plastic. But once we released the pressure, then so Grandpa ended up cleaning up a bunch of stuff. I couldn't blame him because I was the one that opened the bottle.
Right.
The kids, you can blame them for anything.
And
It's like my dad a couple of years ago, I was in Kansas at their house and he was cleaning out his bread maker. And for whatever reason, my dad gets a big lung of air. And he blows into the toaster and they all that crumbs and everything comes flying out on the cover onto the floor. And my dad looks at me. He said, "That was stupid of me, wasn't it?" And I'm sitting in that corner laughing. He said, "Dad, why did you do that?" He said, "I don't know." Yeah, getting a broom out and dustpan, cleaning everything.
Hey, what is it? You put Mentos in Dr. Pepper, I believe it is, and it will explode.
Yeah, it makes a reaction to it. That's how they make those little, I don't know what they're called.
Volcano.
Yeah.
yeah, Mentos and Coke.
Yeah, Coke or Dr. Pepper.
At least there's a use for Dr. Pepper.
Only Dr. Pepper I ever tasted that I liked was when I worked in the grocery store in high school. The Dr. Pepper salesman would come around every year around Christmas time, just before Christmas, and they would try to promote it using little cups of hot Dr. Pepper. I mean, they're actually heated up. And it actually tasted pretty good to me that way. The rest of the year, my wife loves the stuff, but I think I used to call it marinated prune juice.
To me, and this isn't being funny, to me it tastes like hot medicine. But then I like hot medicine. No.
There you go. I found a picture of my old dog.
Scooby.
Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Hold on, okay. That's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. We'll see how long it takes the AI to pick up on that.
Great name.
I was going to try to find Snoopy, but I thought I'd go with Scooby first. Got to keep my options open, you know.
I don't know, I'd like to have that dog. Think how much it would be worth if you had a dog at the top.
I always like the those shows that the Scooby thing was on. The cartoon. It was more of a mystery, and at the end it was kind of revealed as who or what it was.
Yeah.
Which is what I always waited for.
All the kids in the van and with Scooby-Doo and all of that. Yeah.
Thelma, Shaggy, I can't remember the other two's name.
Yeah, one of them was
Mark.
the guy that drove the van or whatever.
Yeah, this is driving me up a wall. Thelma was the girl in the glasses. Shaggy was Scooby's buddy. I guess you
Thelma was a soldier.
can't get the. Okay, I guess I have to go to the original Scooby-Doo, not the doggone stupid movie. Daphne was the other girl's name.
Yeah.
Now, who was the? What was the guy's the driver's name?
Blonde-headed guy, or cartoon. With the scarf, with a little ring around it.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Fred. Oh my God! Seriously, Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley, and Shaggy Rogers, and their Great Dane talking name Scooby-Doo. Fred. I didn't realize his name was Fred. Did you?
What was it the Mach 5? Who drove that?
Mach 5. Are you talking Speed Racer?
Yeah. We're doing cartoons.
Anybody remember Johnny Quest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Remember the name.
Thought I was the only one that was crazy enough to remember that.
His dad was an explorer or something. No, scientist.
Scientist, yeah.
Uh-huh. And their friend was like a Daktari type.
Haji.
Yeah.
And Race was their bodyguard, butler, chauffeur, whatever he needed to be that week.
Exactly.
And then the little mutt dog, I can't remember his name. Bandit was the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bandit.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't dream that. That was actually a cartoon. Okay. Cool.
That's before we had 22 channels.
Tony comes up and says, Fred. Yep. Yep. Well, I think Yogi Bear was one of the first cartoons I remember. Captain Kangaroo, I remember him.
Keyshawn or something? Keyshawn?
I don't really remember a lot about Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street.
I think we were too old for Sesame Street. Most everybody here tonight.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it through the grandkids or whatnot, but growing up, I think you're right. I think we were too old. Trying to remember another cartoon. Flintstones. Wasn't that the very first ever primetime animated show?
I'll be the first one.
It was.
I'll be the first one to say yes, but then I'll say I'm not sure because there might have been something in the 50s that was,
Well, yeah, but I think it gets credited for being the first primetime animated TV show. I remember seeing that a while back.
Yeah, I remember my dad and I used to talk about all the weird things on TV in the 50s.
The Jetsons.
Mm-hmm. But I think with prime time, it would be the Flintstones. Prime time.
I'm waiting for Tony to chime in and let us know what he thinks on that.
Romper Room's still my favorite.
Which one?
Romper Room.
Damn, I finally got it.
The Flintstones premiered September 30. No, premiered. It's 1960. Didn't tell the date. It says the Flintstones became primetime TV's first animated series in 1960. I don't remember Romper Room.
I do.
September 30th, 1960.
So some of those Flintstones were black and white then.
Oh, I'm sure. I just wonder if they were voiced all the way through by the same people, or if they changed people or not.
No,
go ahead, Gary.
I do have a color TV joke for everybody, or whatever. Is everybody thinks color TV didn't come out until the mid-60s and stuff. You know why there was mainly black and white TV? Not because of the TVs, not because of the technology, because it was cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
To make the film.
There were some earlier ones that had a spinning color wheel in one variation, and I don't remember all the other stuff. I saw a documentary on it one time.
Yeah, but it was still more. I'm not arguing. It was still more expensive. Like, hey, people will watch it. By the way, what do you care?
I remember buying our family's first color TV when I was working in the steel mills in Chicago. It was a Zenith.
I don't remember the first color TV. I remember getting the first black and white TV we had.
Do you remember the first remote TV you had?
Yes. If you drop your keys on a glass table near, it would change the channel.
Okay, this is a joke, because we actually, when we got one, but the remote was scary, go change the channel.
Well, yeah, that was what we had for the first one.
Jeff, go change the channel.
And you had about what, 4 channels maybe?
We had maybe 3 channels we could get with a little bit of clarity. We lived out in the boondocks compared to where all the TV stations were.
In the
There
center
was a large hill just east of town that was in between us and 2 of the cities that had the TV stations, so that interfered with some of the lower channels. It didn't interfere with channel 13 for some reason.
Well, in Detroit, we had not that the numbers made anything. We had 2, 4, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then we could get Toledo's the ones outside of Toledo. We get like 2 of those. They were just 2, 4, and 7. You know, well, whatever the numbers were, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
And then we got Windsor, which we had, I think, channel 9 and one other channel. So it looked like we had a lot of channels, but most of them were just duplicate because they didn't market.
Yep.
Well, I mean, basically there were 3 networks.
Yep.
ABC, CBS, and NBC.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I bought my own first color TV. It was sometime after I got married, I guess, when I got out of the Army and went back to school. There was another fellow and I were sharing a garage apartment. In between us, we ponied up enough money to buy a 13-inch black and white TV in 1971.
I remember in the 60s, we had an old black and white tube TV, and it was acting up. I saw, hell, I'll just take the back cover off, pull out the 3 tubes, whatever was in there, take them down to the drugstore and put them in the testing machine, buy a new one.
Yeah.
Well, I made the mistake, took the back cover off, but I left it plugged in. And I was pulling out the last tube, and I hit the birdcage tube. Man, that thing knocked me on my ass.
So here's a bit of trivia that I didn't know until just now. You guys know who voiced Barney in the Flintstones?
Nope.
I think it's really popular now, or became popular.
He's known as the man of 1,000 voices, if that helps.
Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Yeah. You know who voiced Fred? Alan Reed.
Oh.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I remember him.
Our first TV, remote TV, I remember, my dad, he kept just standing there, just flipping the channel. That's what I remember about it. And then we had I guess the cable company back then was only 2, 3, 13. And we had a box on top of the TV. They called it an HBO box because that was the only paid service we had to offer, I guess. And you just flip the switch, you turn it to channel 7, and flip the switch, and it converted it over to like channel 1 or something.
Some of the early cable systems just used a bandpass filter to block or to let through certain signals. There was a big a lot of aftermarket stuff that you could buy to get free cable. Quote.
Yeah. I had one of those.
Nowadays they want you to pay for a converter box. You can't do it like you used to.
Yeah.
So Gary made me think of something that he was saying about the channels that was just repetitive. I grew up in the middle of Indiana, just outside Indianapolis, about 45 miles, and just outside Terre Haute, about 45 miles. And the unique thing about that was, even though they were on the same time zone, because Terre Haute sits right next to Illinois. It based everything off of Central Standard Time. So if you watched a program out of Indianapolis at 8 and you just missed part of it, you could actually jump over to the CBS affiliate out of Terre Haute if the wind was blowing just right an hour later and catch the same show. It's pretty neat. But the wind had to be blowing just right. Otherwise, you wasn't going to get WTHI out of Terre Haute. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I don't know what to say. Not important anyway. Actually, this becomes part of it in a weird way. I fantasize about Y2K in a weird way, but to find somebody that would fly around Arctic and hit all the time zones for 24 hours.
Ah, okay.
I mean, it's weird, but, Y2K 24 times.
Yep.
But you gotta get close enough up that the plane could, you know what I mean?
You did say it was weird. I'm glad you got that caveat up front.
Well, I tell someone actually it was crazy, but ready for the real drill? There was actually an airline that did it for like 400 grand. Or some millionaire type, billionaire type.
The things people do. So I put a comment in chat. I said, "Welcome to old-timey TV talk."
The first Weather Channel, it wasn't actually like the Weather Channel today. It was like I don't know, it was in black and white, and it was like thermometer, barometer, and whatever, a clock. And it rolled across the screen. It rolled back and forth. Each one rolled back and forth. And they had music playing in the background, a local radio thing.
What's the first television show that you remember from your childhood?
Superman.
Well, you know what mine is.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
Superman or Rin Tin Tin or Circus Boy?
So mine was my mother's aunt and uncle had one of the first TVs in the town. Grew up in this little place in eastern Kansas, and I was, I think, around 6 years old. And if I got home from school in time on the day Superman was on, my great aunt would let me come over and watch Superman on their black and white TV.
Excuse me.
Oh, George Reeves.
Yep.
Lois Lane.
And Noel Neal played Lois Lane.
How old were you? Do you remember?
6.
Okay.
1953. I don't know when Superman started. It probably started a year or two before that. There was a serial in the 40s with Noel Neal. Then when the TV show started, there was another actress that played Lois Lane for a while, and then something happened. And then Noel Neal came back.
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen.
Yep. Oh, I was watching some old Superman stuff the other day on the internet, YouTube stuff, and learned an interesting thing. All of the actresses that have played Lois Lane later on played Lois Lane's mother in some other version of Superman.
Yeah, that's common. So it's interesting you said age 6, because the first television show that I can remember at age 5 was the Ed Sullivan Show, the night the Beatles played on the Ed Sullivan Show. I remember that like it was yesterday.
I remember that. I don't remember how old I was. What year was that?
1964.
4. Yeah.
64. I was a junior in high school.
I was 14.
Or maybe a senior.
Yep.
Was it in the fall or the spring?
Fall.
And I was at, the beginning of my senior year of high school.
Yeah. But of all things to remember, that's what I remember. I remember at 5 years old, and I remember it because we were fortunate that we had 2 TVs. Both of them were black and white. And my parents were like, if you want to watch that, you got to watch it on the other TV. And I promptly ran into their bedroom and watched Ed Sullivan and the Beatles on their television. So.
I remember seeing the Rolling Stones for the first time on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, I've never been a big Stones fan. I don't ever think I've ever watched them on television.
They just had their Havana concert on Access TV the other night.
Were they in walkers?
No.
Okay.
Wheelchairs.
Wheelchair. That was going to be my next one.
I remember being at my brother's a lot on Saturday nights, and they would watch Hee Haw.
Oh,
Yeah, we used to gather as a family and watch that. I do remember.
That's how I learned about sex. The girls.
Barbie Benton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have her girlfriend.
Yeah.
Agony and despair. That and when Doc, it hurts when I do that. And he'd smack him. Don't do that. I remember that.
Sure. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Laugh In. Remember Laugh In?
Oh yeah, Roland Martin's laughing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ruth Bussey.
Yeah.
Henry Gibson.
Yeah.
You know who I saw tonight? Well, this afternoon actually. As I was walking by, I wasn't paying any attention to what she was watching, but it was Bewitched. And as I got into the kitchen, I heard this voice, and I turned around. I said, "That is Paul Lynn." And she goes, "Who?"
Yeah.
And I said, "The gentleman talking is a comedian named Paul Lynn." And sure enough, I mean, I knew it was because his voice was so distinct. So she's been watching a lot of the Bewitched reruns on Roku.
Contrary to what you think, he wasn't gay. At least that's what his husband said.
Yeah.
Bewitched was interesting. They had two different guys playing her husband.
Yeah, Dick York was the other one.
Right. Dick
Dick
York was
Sargent.
one,
And
Dick Sargent.
Dick Sargent,
Dick
right?
Sargent. Yeah. I saw one this morning with Dick Sargent. I've been just exploring the channels we have on Direct TV and stumbled on the one that had Bewitched on it.
Yeah.
I remember.
Remember the Donna Reed show?
Nope.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Don't remember Leave It to Beaver? Nope.
Yeah, Leave It to Beaver. Father
Do
Knows
you
Best.
remember Our Miss Brooks?
Yeah.
Nope.
Martin.
Garden, yeah.
That was
What?
her. Oh.
Well, I wasn't kidding about old-timey TV, was I?
Well, before we had the TV, I can remember
Don't say listening to the radio.
stuff on the radio.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Gunsmoke.
Fireside Theater?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a radio show?
That one I don't remember.
It was Roosevelt talking to the people.
Wasn't one of the
Well,
biggest
Fireside Chats, yeah.
Fireside Chat? Okay, wasn't one of the biggest radio successes the War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
With Orson Welles.
Orson Welles,
And
yeah.
there was one called Fibber McGee and Molly, I remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
my radio history, I remember Sunday nights, I would stay up late, even though I had to go to school Monday morning, and I'd wait for the Dr. Demento show.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember him. Remember
He's probably on YouTube somewhere. It's now looking
The
back up.
Shadow?
Looking back as an
Yeah,
adult,
yeah.
it probably wasn't that funny, but boy, as a kid in high school, that was hilarious. Let me go see.
Not Jack Benny, can't remember. I'll remember.
George Burns and Gracie Ellen.
Nah, I remember that show, but that wasn't what I was thinking. Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy, yep.
Herb Gosson was the last name. Gosson?
One of the Amos and Andy things on the radio was actually played by two white guys.
Mm-hmm. Actually, they did a TV show for a while, too.
What, in blackface or something? I don't remember.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, there's quite a bit under Dr. Demento. I'll actually post a link for his what looks to be his real show.
Ken,
How
did you
about
ever?
Go ahead, Gary.
That's quick. Did you ever hear of somebody called the Ghoul?
The Ghoul?
Yeah.
No.
Familiar.
Yeah.
No, not ringing any bells.
Not from Iowa. I thought you were with Indiana. But it's not.
Remember another couple shows from TV early, of course, Roy Rogers.
Right. Now, locally out of Indianapolis on Friday night, we had the Sammy Terry show, which was, looking back as an adult again, it's kind of funny, but the guy was all white face, and he had fake fangs and fake blood, and the purple thing coming up over his head. Good evening. I'm your host, Sammy Terry. Then they had I mean, looking back as an adult, it wasn't that scary, but man, I remember Friday nights, my dad would play that, and he could time poking you at the right exact instance where you're riveted, and all of a sudden you get poking, you jump, and you're like, he was great at that.
Well,
There's another guy on that's syndicated now that has old horror movies and stuff on. I think of him.
I
I know
think
what you're talking about.
Anybody remember Shop Theater?
Yep.
On at midnight?
Know the name, I don't remember.
Or how about Saturday morning? Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Flash Gordon, and then there was remember Sky King?
Yeah, Sky King. Rin Tin Tin.
Yep.
Lassie.
Yeah, Lassie. John Provost.
What's that, boy? Ken Stout Live channel is boring. They're talking about old-timey TV. Well, what should we do?
Change the channel. Give up.
The only thing I like about not the original was the first Lassie. It's a damn kid falling home every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get help, Lassie.
If I was the parents of that kid, that'd be bad. They would say, yeah.
June Lockhart played his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played in that space thing.
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Yep.
With Guy Williams.
I always kept saying Guy.
Yeah, Zorro. He played Zorro too.
Yeah, Earl, like,
Yeah, Lost in Space was pretty good.
Patrick Smith.
The remake of it was actually pretty good as well. It came out a couple years ago.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yep.
Yep. It
David
was a little later. It was what, 60s?
Okay, here we go. How many people remember Rat Patrol?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Is that with Morrow, right?
No.
No.
Rat Patrol was filmed in Spain. On location.
Which one was Morrow in?
Christopher George
Yeah,
played
right.
Rat Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's another one there. I've watched some of those in the last year. There's another one on near that. I wanted to say here. 12 o'clock high.
Combat.
Uh,
Combat is the one Vic Morrow started.
okay.
And 12 o'clock high.
Yep.
That's
I
on
remember what station up there was one of the channels we got on cops where they have Rat Patrol and Combat 12 o'clock high all on the same channel.
Yeah.
Playing the old stuff.
Anybody remember Tour of Duty?
No.
That's Vietnam, right?
Yeah, CBS.
Yeah, it was also on this other channel I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name too. I
Yeah,
don't have it in.
they call it Heroes and Icons on Dish.
Yeah, I've seen Heroes and Icons.
Every Saturday night. 2 hours of
That's where I've been watching. What's Matt something?
Of Combat and 2 episodes of Rat Patrol, and then 12 o'clock high.
Yep.
What's the Private Eye Matt?
Mannix?
No, not Mannix. It's Matt Matt something. I can't remember his last name. It's real cheesy. I watched it the other day.
Matt Helm.
No, that's not ringing a bell.
That was Dean Martin.
Yeah.
No, this is kind of a takeoff on the one Selleck did. Matt Houston. You want to watch a cheesy show? Look on Roku on Heroes and Icons. Look up Matt Houston. It's one of those ones that I started watching. I'm like, man, I can't watch this. 60 minutes later, I'm like, why did I just watch that? Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, they have a Lego Build on Brick coffee cup. Only $14.99. I'm pricing coffee cups. Obviously, I'm not going to buy the first one I came across. It was $32.99. I have no clue why a coffee cup would cost $32.99. And I can get it.
Where are you looking for that?
I'm on Amazon.
Okay.
I put in custom ceramic coffee cups.
Okay. Do you know what Urban Dictionary is online?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you can look up current sayings or whatever, you can look up almost anything. They sell coffee cups with the saying on them for about that price each, 32 something.
I bet you if you look on the bottom of them, it says made in China.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
There's this guy, Jeff Dunham. I'm sure everybody's heard of him. You really like him, right?
Yeah.
He's got the terrorist, dead terrorist.
Yep.
And I don't know if you've seen this, but supposedly he went to Middle East, tour. And they said, you cannot use that here. So he made him French terrorists. And everybody's clapping because, they're waiting for that part. And he goes, I am not a French terrorist, I am a, and he goes, you can't say it. He goes, I am from China, look at my butt. It's not hilarious, but everything's China's,
It's not saying where it's made from, but boy, they're sure building it up. I could understand if it was a set, but it's one 16-ounce ceramic pink plaque maker brand coffee cup, $32.
Well, I have I call it pop glass, and it's made out of some kind of metal. I put ice in it, and I'm drinking it right now, and I'll be done a little bit in it, just because I'm done, and there will be ice in it tomorrow at 3 or 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, when I get home sometimes.
What brand is it? You know?
Again?
I think he was asking you what brand your cup was. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called The Beach. It's on Amazon.
Oh, from Kerry Holtzman. Yeah, we've heard of that.
It's teal color.
Okay.
But I mean, literally, whatever it is, it stays cold. And it's not bulky. It looks like a regular cup. But I've never heard of that. I mean,
So apparently the $32 coffee cup sells quite well because it's got a 4.7 out of 5 stars rating, and it's been rated 306 times.
Oh, I was trying to think of another one. Remember I Spy?
Oh, yeah.
my wife's been watching it recently.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Made in America.
Are you sure?
Yep, it says so on the bottom.
He made it at the ceramic shop on the base.
No, I got that when I was on the Kennedy. Aircraft carrier.
Oh, he made it at the ceramic shop on the Kennedy. I can't laugh though because I took up ceramics when I was stationed in South Korea. Can't laugh at all. Took up photography, learned how to develop 35mm film. Had to have something to do. Can't drink all the time.
Just half the time.
Yeah.
Yep. 1700 to 0400. Stumble in,
Yeah.
get changed into
Yeah,
PT. No
ceramics.
sick, show up for PT.
When I was at Fort Ord, after I got out of infantry training, I was waiting there several weeks for a new assignment. Supposed to go back to Belvoir, Fort Belvoir. And I went to the ceramics place and started making stuff. A chess set I made. And my orders came And I had just gotten it done and was ready to put it in to fire it and all that, and I gave somebody the money to mail it to me, and they stole the damn thing, didn't send it. Not the end of the world, but it was irritating at the time.
I found the process of ceramics to be interesting. I really did. I made I didn't make a chess set. I made a coffee cup. It was from obviously Indiana University, and a couple other little things. I would have liked to have made a chess set. I just didn't have the time to do it. I haven't played chess in years. Fort Ord, been there, done that, enjoyed it. Of course, I didn't.
There's nothing left of Fort Ord to speak of now.
No.
I was commented on a couple videos that some guys have of stuff of what's left, and got some responses by some other folks that have been there. Part of it, a very small part of it's like a museum or something now. A lot of the land has been given back to the local municipalities. Some of the parts that didn't get given back, I guess, include the ranges where there might be live ammunition yet.
Yeah,
that properly and all that sort of thing.
Down there in Tony Wallow's neck of the woods, Seaside.
But isn't that, it was a nice area. I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Oh boy.
Which
Fort
is,
Lost in the Woods.
Yeah.
And got finished in November. It was just getting cold as hell there by that time.
Yeah.
And getting to Fort Ord for infantry school, right on the coast there, that was heaven compared to what we had done at Fort Leonard Wood. Gee.
I took my AIT at Fort Leonard Wood.
Ooh.
I wonder if the linguistics is still open out there at the Presidio.
You mean at Monterey?
At Monterey, yeah.
Yeah, the Navy Linguistics School was there. I think it was Navy.
I had heard it closed, but then I'd also heard that part of it might still be open. I enjoyed going down there.
I remember that was, yeah.
Yeah, they went through a lot of base reductions in the military.
Yeah, Fort Ord was right between Monterey and Salinas.
They had I don't know the city off the top of my head, but we had a city in northern Michigan, and they closed the base down. And they tore down the fences. You could do whatever you wanted. But legally, you couldn't use the housing as on-base housing. And then, of course, after about 10 years, weeds are growing up, and stuff is getting rotted, and, you know, and they could use it for, like, low-income housing, maybe, or something.
After it's already gone to hell.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you did, like you said, a range or something, that'd be different. But they took all the fences down, so you know, kids could play, not, they didn't want to play there, but I mean, it was, you know, no trespassing signs, nothing, just.
I was in Fort Lewis, Washington on my first tour to Nam.
That was an embarkation point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
You know, a lot of people came back through San Francisco.
Yeah. I came back to San Francisco.
And that's where a lot of people got yelled at and spit on and all kinds of crap. I was in San Francisco a few times when I was at Fort Ord. Just by happenstance, I had an uncle that lived up near Sacramento someplace. And he had had surgery for diverticulosis, or diverticulitis, I don't remember which thing goes, and he was recuperating in his hospital in town, and ordered him over and dropped him on the floor and broke everything loose in his abdomen, and he got peritonitis. And they couldn't treat it well there, and they sent him to this big hospital in San Francisco, and I can't remember its name now, but And he was there with hardly any family around, so when I got a pass on the weekend at 4-door, I would hop the bus and go up there to see him. And I can remember, and you had to ride the bus up there, and then you got on a local bus, and you rode the bus through the Haight-Ashbury district where all the hippies were to get to the hospital. And here I am with burr haircut and this and that and the other thing, obviously military, but nobody ever hassled me, which I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm showing a picture of old barracks at Ord right now on the stream. I just brought it up. I wasn't going to try to share it. I remember those.
Looks like some of the ones I lived in.
Yeah, they look familiar, don't they?
I mean,
It's a shame that.
block the sound. Sorry.
It's a shame
Yeah,
that.
those old World War II green bunks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when I was at Fort Leonardwood, to keep us from getting sick in the wintertime, they made us open up every other window in the barracks.
For ventilation?
Yeah. It's cold as hell there.
I bet.
A lot of snow and ice.
If I remember, we had one of our last exercises for basic training at Fort Leonard in November, and it snowed. We were freezing our behinds off that. Well, on our feet, I mean, I had on the rubber galoshes and extra socks and the whole thing. My feet were still damn cold.
Yeah, it was cold there.
Coming up on an hour and a half, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. We're at 1 hour and 26 minutes, so I will end that. Tony, thank you for being here. David's long gone, so I don't need to thank him, but I thank him for being here. Blackwatch is in the Zoom and there. Appreciate that. And whoever else may be lurking in the background but afraid to say hi and chat without a channel, that's cool. See you guys tomorrow night. She's off, so tomorrow night's stream will be considerably earlier. So instead of 11 o'clock, it'll be at 10:58. That is considerably earlier. Good night. Thank you, Tony. See you tomorrow. And the stream